Let's see how much it would cost you to pick up Airsoft, go to the woods, and shoot people with toy guns for fun. Airsoft has three main costs: buying your guns and gear, upkeeping them, and getting game tickets. First, let's talk about budget guns and gear. When starting with Airsoft, you either buy new gear or you buy it second-hand from a friend, saving 30 bucks while investing 100 more into repairs.
What a deal!
When it comes to guns, you might have figured we don't recommend buying second-hand, as it requires technical knowledge and skills, and we wouldn't sell as much. For starter gear, however, it can actually be a good idea. If you want to know more about this, we already covered it in our video called 8 Tips to Save Money in Airsoft. Link in the description. Okay, why not to buy second-hand guns? In many cases, you don't know what you are really buying and you get no warranty.
Unless you beat him up.
You could do that. This is especially bad if you are new to Airsoft and don't know much about teching and how to inspect the gun to know if it's worth the money. If you do have the knowledge or a friend who can help you inspect the gun, commission-free, then it might be a suitable solution with decent AGs available at around 100 to 150 bucks. Now, for the purpose of this video, let's assume you are buying new. Overall, there are only few items you need to start playing. As for the gun itself, we recommend starting with an AG, automatic electric gun, because it's easier and it doesn't require much maintenance. A decent one will be around 200 to 300 bucks. Now, if you ask us, we would recommend you the SSR4. Obviously, we are biased,
just a little bit,
but I can safely say that this one will give you a great experience and it comes with a 25-year warranty. But of course, there are other great models on the market, so just make sure to do your research.
or don't.
A LiPo battery costing roughly 20 bucks. These are now the new standard. Don't even bother with all the batteries such as nickel metal hydride. If you are wondering why, we made a full video about it. The link is also in the description. Just make sure the LiPo battery fits your replica, so you don't have to tape it on the outside. You will also need a LiPo specific charger for roughly 15 bucks. A couple of other things: speed loader for 5 bucks, super handy, safety glasses, 10 bucks to protect your face, BBs 0.28 grams suitable for the SSR4 are around 14 bucks. And if you want, consider a red dot that will make aiming much easier. The cheaper variants are only around 30-ish bucks. If we add everything up, we end up between 300 to 350 bucks. These are pretty rough calculations and it will vary depending on what exactly you choose, but it gives you a good idea of the initial costs. Compared to many other sports, I would say that paying 300 is pretty decent. Says who? It doesn't include gear or camouflage, but these are not really necessary to enjoy Airsoft. Just use what you already have at home and don't overthink it too much. The only thing you should pay extra attention to is your shoes. Bring a decent pair that ideally supports your ankles and can withstand some running on rough ground. Now let's talk upkeep costs. The majority of it will be your ammo, Airsoft BBs. If you run an Airsoft AG, as we mentioned earlier, the only thing you will need to replenish is just the BBs. A bag of BBs, 2,500 rounds, costs around 14 bucks. If you are not too crazy about full auto, it can easily last 3 to 4 game days. That means that for less than 5 bucks per game, most of the upkeep costs are covered. One extra tip: after a while, it is reasonable to get a maintenance kit. With every Airsoft gun, your barrel eventually gets dirty from BB residues, compromising the accuracy. Don't worry, it's a normal thing. Just make sure to clean your gun from time to time. At Novridge.com, we have a video guide on how to do that, in case you are wondering. Game admission costs. Joining a regular weekend game can set you back anything between 5 and 50 bucks. I know it's a pretty wide range, but this one really depends on where you will be playing. Generally, games in Europe tend to be cheaper compared to the US, especially if you go more to the eastern part of Europe. Just make sure not to go too far. If you really want to go low cost, you can theoretically attend a free game by playing in the woods with your friends.
If you have any.
If you have any. However, be aware that unless you arrange it in advance with the property owner, this is not quite allowed. Therefore, the safest recommended way is to simply joining organized game on a public field. There should be enough friends, right?
Yeah, you have friends, Joseph. You're good. You're set.
Okay.
I mean, there's bad guy, you know?
So, time for a little math exercise. Let's say you decided to pick up Airsoft today and play once a month for the following 12 months. Here is your rough bill.
Joseph, who is Rough Bill? It says put Rough Bill on screen. I looked it up, I don't know who it is.
It's Bill the Rough.
Who the fuck is Bill the Rough? Does not exist. Well, the rough is no one.
Initial gear purchase around 350 euros or dollars, BBs around 120, game tickets 360, so that makes the total of $830 or euros. Take these estimates with a grain of salt though. Situations may differ, you can find a cheaper field and you may get a great deal on your gun. But this makes up for a decent ballpark if you ever consider the cost of airsoft. So in conclusion, picking up airsoft is not a bad deal.
Says the Airsoft Corporation.
Picking up airsoft is not a bad deal. Compare this to ice hockey with at least 2,000 bucks per year or tennis at more than 1,000 bucks. In airsoft, you can get most of the new gear for 300 to 400 bucks, while monthly costs can vary from 20 to 100 bucks a month. Of course, there are cheaper hobbies such as playing ukulele, reading books, gambling, but none of them give you as much fun as airsoft.
It's ukulele.
Ukulele. And now it's your turn. What was the thing you wish to have known when you started? Let us know in the comments and I will see you in the next one.